Hello, beautiful ones. Look at this view. OMG. Isn't it heaven? We just came on a bit of an adventure, my family and I, because we just needed to have a change of scenery. And honestly, this is magical. Anyway, I wanted to come on and speak to those of you that are in such denial about your life right now. You have been single for a year, 2 years, 5 years, some of you for 10 years, or at least even if you've had relationships, you weren't connected, you weren't the priority, you weren't feeling cherished and adored and supported the way that you've been wanting to feel. So if we get really serious, this has been going on for a really long time, and you are relying on hope. Well, you know, it'll just sort itself out. It'll just get better. And when you look at what you're doing to actually take the reins of your life, you're not doing anything. You're doing the bare minimum. You're meditating or listening to a couple of podcasts, journaling, affirmations, but you're trying to do it yourself. And you're not actually treating this like it's urgent. And meanwhile, your dream is getting further and further away. And for those of you wanting to be a mum, you're not even letting it hit you that dream is fucking going to hell in a handbasket. And you're already in your plan B. This needs to hit you in the heart. What you're doing right now is not enough to change over 30 years of conditioning. It's time to wake up. It's time to honor yourself and love yourself enough to go, holy fuck, do I really want to be in the same place in October 2021? Do I really want to go through another Christmas being me, myself, and I? You're not willing to admit it to yourself. You've been so busy pretending that everything's fine and not letting in that you're really fucking heartbroken. You're really disappointed and angry and frustrated that it's never worked out for you. Stevie, come. This is what it's going to take, is you being fucking honest with yourself. That this is not just going to suddenly get better. You're not suddenly just going to get into alignment, because you have so many bodyguards and so many walls up and so much protection that you're not even being honest with yourself, let alone anyone else, about how bad this really is. You're too scared to go there. You're like, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to go to that place. We have a lot of women go, I don't want to go to that place. I don't want to think about the consequences. I don't want to think about next year. Well, you better fucking start thinking about next year, because that is not going to change unless you change internally. You are going to be exactly in this place, but it's going to be worse. Let that in. Because until you let that in and really let it hit you, you are wasting your time and you're not living, you're not thriving. You're just cruising down the plan B highway. That's not why you're in this community. That's not why you're put on this planet. You're fucking amazing. And you can have a soulmate relationship. It's not hard. But you got to do the inner work. You got to get your heart open. You got to get your sensuality turned on, your feminine activated, your feelings, and learn how to connect to yourself. Because you think that the soulmate is the answer. There's no guy right now that is the answer to your happiness. You have to learn how to love you. You have to learn how to connect to you. You've got to learn how to fucking feel if you have any intention of letting anyone else into your life. So this is a wake-up call, because I know how many of you are just pretending that it's not that bad. It's not that bad, because you've been doing this for so long that you're not admitting to yourself that you're fucking heartbroken and frustrated and angry. That's the truth. It's not a coincidence with those of you that are going to watch this live. You're going to catch the replay. Stevie, come here. She's so cute. Hey, Julia, how are you, gorgeous? I'll see you shortly. Julia's an amazing example of someone who was, Stevie, get out of there. Stevie, come here. Stevie, come here. I know there's a lot to explore, Donna. she's a great example of someone that was just, you know, terrified to say yes to Soul to Soul. And terrified to say yes to herself. You know, what if this doesn't work? How can I trust this? But she did. And she's a freaking beautiful, amazing human being who is getting her life and feeling deeply. This work that I teach saves lives. It's so much bigger than a soulmate. You keep thinking, I will say this again, you keep thinking that the guy is the answer and everything's fine in my life and I just need the guy. What a load of shit. Because if you really were thriving in your life, you would be magnetic and you would attract in the right person because your heart is open, your light is on. Just like a taxi going around New York City, your light would be on, you'd be receiving your man. But right now your light is off and it's been off for years. You don't even know where the switch is. And yet you're expecting this soulmate to somehow just find you and turn up. Not going to happen. Now, I don't know about you, but when I got to 36, living in New York City, and I was looking down, you know, the path of my life and going, holy shit, I've been doing all this work and yet I'm no closer to attracting in my soulmate and I'm no closer to being a mom. And I was like, shit's got to change right now because this is a non-negotiable for me to be a mum. This is a non-fucking negotiable. I am not willing to miss out on that in this lifetime. So I had to get really serious and look at the things I was doing and go, they are not enough. I'm trying to do this myself. How am I supposed to help myself? Like, I've been going through this for over 30 years and suddenly I'm meant to be the one that's going to help me? That's ridiculous. I was being too strong, too independent, I've got this. And that's what you're doing right now. You're not being honest about what's on the line because you're hiding behind hope, which is not a fucking strategy. Hope does not hold you accountable. Hope is not a proven process. Hope does not include a sisterhood of women who want to rise. There's no power in hope. Hope's not going to change your fucking life. And I want to broadcast this out to the whole entire planet because too many people are hiding behind hope. And you are right now one of those people. So I suggest you take yourself a little bit more seriously and get honest with where you're going to be this time next year and get honest that you have actually deep down given up. And unless you pull out the big guns and really choose to step up and get the support that you deserve, then get used to this being the rest of your life. I say this with love. I say this with care and passion. Stevie Nicks. Stevie, get over here. Hey, Katie, how are you? Come on, gorgeous puppy. We're actually staying in Palm Springs and it's all new to my dog, so she's just frolicking. But you know, that's a really interesting symbol that Stevie just ran off where I couldn't find her. And that was exactly at the moment that I said that unless you're going to get a hold of yourself and look at your life and get honest about where you are and where you want to be, that's what you girls are doing. You're like running away like that. It's exactly the metaphor. Thank you, Stevie, for that. So I'm sending you so much love and I'm also giving you a huge cup of truth right now to say that the time is now. If you want to change, then fucking love yourself enough to get the right support and stop fucking around with your dream and with your life and with your heart. You can have a soulmate relationship. It's an inside job. And you just listening to a few meditations is certainly not going to cut it. That is not the medicine. It's about getting someone to help you and guide you to get that heart open, to change and up-level your beliefs, to up-level your mindset, to up-level your identity and how you show up in the world. Because hell's yes, you can have a soulmate, you can have a baby, you can have a thriving business, whatever the fuck you want. You can have it all, but not with the current mindset that you're in. And I'm here for those of you that are ready to say, fuck yes to yourself. I got all the time in the world for you. But if you're just going to dabble and be interested and curious, no one can help you because that energy is already one foot in, 1 foot out. So big love, time to get real. Mwah. Let this activate you deeply. Let it trigger you. Let it activate you. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything because you deserve the truth. You deserve to thrive.